Feels pretty nice to be out of the city for a little bit. I was actually out of the city for most of the week last week. I was up in like the Sebastopol area, a little bit, maybe like an hour or so north of here, the wine country area. So that was pretty nice. That's where that footage was from at the beginning of this video here. But Shannon, on the other hand, has kind of been like stuck in San Francisco and pretty much like at work for like 14 straight days because we spent the entire weekend there last weekend building the new kitchen.
Yeah. I was ready to be away from work.
Yeah, ready to just kind of get away from the craziness that is San Francisco.
Yeah.
Time to test out the new stove setup. This will be the first time we're cooking in the new kitchen. Gonna make some grilled cheeses, something pretty simple, but I don't know.
Low oil.
Low oil, yeah, it's true. I haven't installed the splash guard yet underneath, so we're trying to like keep it a little bit clean, but eventually we're gonna add something like that as well. But
for now, this is good.
See how it works out.
A good stove makes good food.
It's not the worst front yard for the day.
Sometimes I forget, living in San Francisco and working a 9-to-5 job, that this is only 30 minutes away. And I think I should come out here more often.
Yeah, I think we really should. It's like nobody out here at all. It's like super quiet and absolutely beautiful. It's a little too cold outside to take an outdoor shower right now, but this thing's working pretty well for cleaning off the dishes.
Peak happiness today. Got a nap and I woke up to a beautiful sunset.
It was a pretty amazing spot to spend the day.
Yeah, it was exactly what I wanted to do. Just get out and sit down somewhere where there wasn't tons of people around and watch something beautiful.
I was thinking about maybe trying to spend the night here and kind of do that. There's not really any signs at this particular pullout that say no camping. I know that some of the other ones do have signs though, and I don't know. It's probably not worth the risk. Like, I've definitely heard stories of people getting knocks at these little pullouts and stuff like that, but it would be really, really awesome to wake up to this view in the morning.
Or we could spend the night somewhere else and then just drive back here in the morning.
We could just do that as well. That's probably the smarter option. Setup in here is working out pretty well. I'm actually really happy with it. We did get the desk here installed actually while we were sitting right by the cliff there, just kind of parked right on the water. We decided to tackle that project. It only took about 20 minutes or so. Pretty easy. Basically what I did was what I had in the old configuration where I had the drawer slides and just kind of mounted one to the side. It's not perfect. One of them kind of sticks out in the back and it's kind of an accident waiting to happen right there, but I'm going to try to take care of it at some point and maybe get a smaller one that's a little bit shorter so that it doesn't stick out so much. But for now, temporarily, the desk is working just like the old one did, and I'm able to sit in here pretty comfortably. I've been working in here all afternoon without any issues, so definitely pretty awesome. The stove is also working out really well. I know a lot of folks asked why did I go back to propane? Those of you that have been following along know that I was using an Instant Pot for a while, cooking entirely on the Kodiak, using the Kodiak for power. And my biggest concern was that we're getting into the winter now. The days are getting a lot shorter. They're going to continue to get shorter for the next 2 months. And so peak solar hours are going to be pretty limited throughout the day, especially up here in Northern California where it does get cloudy. Sometimes it can get kind of rainy and everything like that. So I guess my concern was that I was just not going to have enough power to be able to regularly cook on the Instant Pot, using the Instant Pot in addition to having the Kodiak power my new fridge that I'm going to be getting, and then powering my camera batteries, my laptop, my phone, and everything else that I need to power in between that. So that's kind of why I decided to go back to propane, to have the propane as a second option. Also just like having the stove. I think that it looks really nice on the kitchen space here. I think that it's going to be kind of nice to have that burner. I'm thinking I'm mostly only going to use one of the two burners, the one on the left here, most of the time. I don't really cook that often. It's not like I'm some sort of crazy chef or anything like that, but for making a grilled cheese, for example, like we did earlier in this video, it's kind of hard to make a grilled cheese in an Instant Pot. It's a little bit easier to just make it on a frying pan like a normal person. And there's a lot of dishes like that I like making in a saute kind of style, and it definitely comes out better on a stovetop than it would in an Instant Pot. So there's a couple of reasons for it. The stove is the Flame King 2-burner RV stove. I don't know the model number off the top of my head. I will put a link in the description below, an Amazon link to the stove. It's also available though on Home Depot. It was basically the cheapest drop-in stove that I could find online. It was like, I think it was like 75 or 80 bucks or something like that. It's very competitively priced. Definitely one of the cheaper ones. It still had really good reviews as well. So decided to give it a try. Definitely have seen that a couple of folks in vans have used this in their builds and stuff, and they seem to really enjoy it. So it was also super easy to install the stove. Just had to get a little connector to connect the stove to the propane tank underneath. Found that at Home Depot. Actually, someone helped us out there. I just went up to an attendant, asked him a question. He was super helpful, really awesome guy, and got that taken care of. So that was pretty easy. I know a lot of folks suggested concern about having a carbon monoxide detector. I had one back when I was in the element. I was cooking with gas a lot in there. Now that I'm back to gas in here, at least part-time, I'm obviously going to still use the Instant Pot from time to time, but while I'm cooking with gas, I think it's really important to have a carbon monoxide detector. I definitely agree with you guys. I'm going to go pick one up very soon, maybe even this afternoon. I'm going to run down to Walmart and get one and just mount it somewhere in here so that I can have that just as an extra safety measure, just in case there is a leak or something like that. There are still quite a few other things as well that I want to try to take care of with the build here. I know I've said this a million times before, but it is just kind of a work in progress. And even when I was back in the element, it was always sort of like an evolving process where I would be thinking of ways that I can make things better and then do that. But I know I mentioned the window coverings in the back like 3 or 4 videos ago at this point, and still haven't finished those. I do have the fabric for. Maybe I can try to convince Shannon to help me with those this evening, but it involves quite a bit of sewing. I think it's going to be a pretty detailed process, but I am going to try to make coverings for these rear windows. And then, like I said earlier in the video, I want to do the splash guard above the cooking area to prevent the fabric from getting damaged from condensation and everything like that. That's definitely a priority. And then also the mattress as well. When we made this new kitchen setup, the bed did get about an inch or so wider, and this is just a twin mattress. I had this from the original setup with the Murphy bed, the twin size Murphy bed. So it actually, technically, it should have been even wider with the old setup before this kitchen, with the kitchen that I had about a week ago. And it's about 42 inches, and now it's probably maybe about 43 inches. A twin is only about 38 inches though, so that's 4 or 5 inches where there's a gap, and the mattress kind of moves around. It doesn't really fit right because it's not the right size mattress. So I do want to try to come up with a custom mattress of some sort. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the same kind of futon folding in it. I don't really know exactly, like I said, how I'm going to do it, but got to figure something out with that as well. I have been relatively busy though over the past week, in addition to working on the build here. Like I said earlier in the video, I was up in the North Bay area, Sonoma County, Sebastopol, that area. The reason that I was up there last week is because I've been working a little bit with GTRV, the company that did the pop top on my van here, and they do pop tops and custom camper conversions and everything like that. And I'm actually going to be working with them to help manage their social media, their Instagram and their Facebook, taking photos and videos around the shop and of all their different different vans and their new vans and everything like that, and just working to help share those on social media. So if you are on Instagram, please go over to at GTRV Vans, give them a follow. It'll definitely help me out if you do that, and I'll be able to, you know, like I said, I'm going to be sharing quite a bit on that platform over the next month or so of different photos that I've taken while I was up there last week, and I'm going to be going up there again at some point, probably next week, to show off some of their stuff. They recently did a Nissan NV200 conversion with the pop top, same van as mine, but they also did the entire interior as well. So it's got like a Westphalia style setup in there with a kitchen and a sink and a fridge and all these different things. Really, really cool setup. I'm thinking I'm probably going to shoot a tour video of it and share it on this channel as well. Let me know in the comments below if you think that's a good idea, if it's something you'd like to see, but really, really cool setup. I think that pretty much sums it up for this one though, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all in the next video.